Warning: the opinions expressed in this video do not represent YouTube, associations, agencies, or any particular individuals. They are merely from two guys needing to pass the boredom of their average day lives. Some explicit content may occur in this or future presentations. Viewer discretion may be advised, but ignored if you're into that thing.
What's going out there, people in TV land? I'm the Big Bad Wolf Benny.
And I'm the Wild Man Wes.
And this is our show today. We're going to be doing Lethal Weapon, a classic movie from the 80s, a buddy cop movie.
Oh yeah, we've been doing some serious action films. I thought maybe this time...
We could use a little comedy in our life.
Yeah, I mean, granted, you know, in Highlander, Christopher Lambert's got his laugh, but in this one's got quite a lot of good stuff,
So anyways, everybody's probably seen this movie. If you haven't, you've probably seen that god-awful TV series that we don't talk about.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Damon Wayans is awesome.
I'm not saying he's not a great actor. I'm just saying, like...
We didn't need it.
We didn't need it.
No.
But anyway, guys, I'm not going to bore you with the whole plot of the movie. It's better just to go watch it because we leave a lot of stuff out and then we remember it later. So we're just going to give you a basic premise of the movie. You know, you have Danny Glover playing Murtaugh, the old grizzled veteran who, you know, does it by the book. He's about to retire, so he's not trying to be a hero anymore. And then you have Riggs, played by Mel Gibson, who's kind of a loose cannon. He's a young guy. He's an ex-special forces, so he knows how to fight.
You often wonder if maybe he was typecast for this role with, you know, as of late within the last 10 years. We're not going to get into that, but, you know, it could be possible. But, you know, hey, I'm not taking that away from Mel Gibson's, you know, acting, you know, at all. I mean, he's done a lot of great films. It's I mean, in his personal life, you never know. But
well, that's why we always try to keep personal life and movie life separate.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, again, he's the loose cannon, and of course, they get paired up together. And, you know, they go on one case, you know, because it's one of Murtaugh's old friends. And it pretty much leads them to a drug ring, you know, arms race, all that stuff. They're trying to, you know, somehow they stumble upon it, and of course, they bring it down. That's pretty much like the whole plot right there. Of course, there's a lot of stuff that happens in between, you know. There's laughs, there's some good action scenes.
Yeah,
there's some good dramatic scenes, too.
Yeah, especially with, you mentioned earlier about, you know, Murtaugh being the old school by the book character and then Riggs being the loose cannon character. They finally come to terms with each other that there's no real, you know, fine line of black and white when it comes to the law. There is that shade of gray. I mean, it's definitely a cliche in a lot of, you know, action films or even police films, just anything in general.
Actually, it's a good point because, you know, most people today look at black and whites and there's a little area in between there. You just got to find it. But anyway, we don't talk politics on this channel.
No.
So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the whole plot movie. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of stuff in there. It is supposed to be an action comedy, but there's a lot of dramatic moments. Like when you find out why Riggs is a loose cannon, you find out that, you know, his wife died in a car crash, which actually gets explained later in the second one, I believe it is.
I believe so.
Yes, you find out...
Remember, I only researched this one for this review,
so anyway, you find out in the second one why his wife died. And
we might go into depth later into, like, a future season or something like that.
But yeah, so this one we're just going to talk about the first one. But so in the first one, you're led to believe it's an accident. In the second one, you find out it's not an accident. But again, that's for another day. So anyway, now, that's pretty much the whole movie. I mean, like I said, go watch the movie. That's the best way to judge how we define the movie, you know what I mean? Save yourself some time. I mean, obviously watch our show, but go watch the movie. I'm hoping that some people watch this and, you know, haven't seen one of our movies we review, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the premise of our show, just wanting to bring back some old movies that, whether they're cult classics or obscure...
Or well-known.
Yeah. I mean, we're planning on, you know, doing some reviews on some new movies that are coming out, but with our schedules, with work and everything, you know, it sucks.
And then we got Shocktoberfest coming up, which we have to start filming for. So anyway, I guess
I'm excited for that.
I'm very excited for that. You guys should be too. Oh, yeah. I think we're just going to jump into what we liked about the movie.
Before I, you know... I just want to interject for all of those of you who put in some requests during the time that we were asking to have some requests for Shocktoberfest. Thank you for those requests. And when we get to those episodes, we will give you your shout-outs.
Oh, yeah.
And we hope you have as much fun as we do. All right, back to you, Benny.
Okay. So we're pretty much just going to jump into the good parts about the movie that we liked and the bad parts that we didn't so much like. And then there's a couple scenes in between that we couldn't decide if we liked it or not, or if it was really needed. So we're trying to keep our episodes a little bit shorter because we do have the tendency to ramble, which was what we're doing right now.
At least we cut it down about to 20 minutes last time.
That's true. So, hey, here we go. So one of my favorite things about the movie that I want to talk about is that whole Riggs being crazy, suicidal. It really played up in the movie. And then you find out he is, like, it's right after when he gets the guy off the ledge, the jumping scene.
Yeah.
Where Danny Glover kind of takes him aside, in this building, and he's like, do you want to kill yourself? And then, Riggs is just like, oh, man, come on. And then he finally pushes him too far, and then he's just like, what do you want to hear? That I dream about eating a bullet? But she's, I even got a special one, a hollow point.
Yeah,
so
that moment when he pulls out that hollow point bullet, saying that he's got it saved for that moment. And then, I was just like, it's chilling, but at the same time, you feel for him. You realize that he's not messing around. That's the point where you realize
that, he misses his wife. And like he says, the only thing that keeps him from doing it is the job.
Yeah.
So I like that because, like I said, it's supposed to be an action comedy movie, and then you have this great dramatic scene in there that kind of soothe over, the scene, and it's just like, wow. And at that point, too, Danny Glover's terrified.
Well, and granted, I think about it this way. I mean, usually when you want to do a comedy, you want to have a lot of that tongue-in-cheek humor. You want to have, some of the kind of dark comedy and dark humor.
Well, I think comedy and drama are kind of like same color, different spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you do an action film and you want to do comedy in it, you have to kind of push those dark territories because otherwise it's just going to seem a little bit lukewarm, to say the least.
So anyways, that was just a scene I really liked just because, like I said, at this point, Danny Glover is a little terrified of him. He's just like, oh, you want me to drive? He's like, no, I'll drive. You're suicidal, remember? So, again, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, you feel for him as a character, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. I liked it just because of that.
I mean, I agree with you on that, too. I mean, one thing that I liked about the film was actually right after the opening titles and whatnot, where you actually have the introduction of Murtaugh and Riggs. While it's going on, you hear in the background on the TV an episode of Family Feud. And while it's going on in the Murtaugh family, where you actually hear the episode going on, when it cuts to Riggs, it legitimately cuts to the next moment of the episode of Family Feud playing at Riggs' trailer. And I like that kind of real-time situation.
Yeah, I always like real-time. There's a lot of movies where they try to do real-time, and it's like, when you add up to it, it's like, no, that doesn't make sense. So this one, you know it's real-time because it's the same episode, and it's right after you leave their house. You actually still hear Family Feud going on.
And not just at the commercials that were going on.
It transitions from Murtaugh's house to Riggs' house, so it's just like one endless thing.
It sets up the characters to let you know who they exactly are.
Yeah, pretty much. Murtaugh's a family man. Riggs is a loner, lives on the beach in a camper. He's got a dog for, Sam, the dog. That's his only companion, really, at that point. So,
yeah. Another thing that I also like about it, and I'm admitting we do not plan this, the music is great. The music is great, and it was also done by Michael Kamen. I think I said Michael Camden on the last episode. I wasn't paying attention really to my notes. But yes, Michael Kamen has been the music, person on our last 3 episodes. And
again, we just kind of choose this one. We decided how to decide this one. You know what we haven't done, man? A buddy cop movie.
Yeah. And when I was watching it last night when it said music composed by Michael Kamen, I seriously went, you gotta be kidding me.
We'll try next time not to. Remember, you remember too, guys, now,
Good luck
since we are jumping into Shocktoberfest, we'll have a couple little episodes here and there. We'll have maybe one more review to end season 2, I think we were talking about.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to get you some content because we don't want to leave you out there without our magnificent faces.
I know.
So,
we're so fabulous,
So anyway.
And your future's so bright you have to wear shades in this episode.
Well, it's a buddy cop movie, so I mean...
But they never wore shades.
I know, but it's a buddy cop movie. How do you not wear sunglasses?
Yeah, to each their own.
So that's why, I'm wearing sunglasses, guy.
I'm trying to think of some other good things.
Let's see. I did like the whole family dynamic that Murtaugh had with his family. I really did.
Yeah.
It kind of showed a little dysfunctionality, which is every family.
Yeah.
So they actually made it realistic, and it wasn't just like, oh, we're the perfect family because we're in a movie.
Yeah.
No, it was
you get
realistic.
that a lot. I mean,
His daughter got busted smoking pot, so he grounded her. She's having a fit over it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
see, other than that,
I loved, honestly, this is one of my favorite Gary Busey roles. Because he plays
Mr. Joshua.
He plays a crazy assassin hitman type guy, and it's like, I believe it. I
don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like his teeth, man.
Yeah.
His teeth. I mean, I don't know whose face is scarier when the mouth is exposed, Gary Busey or Steve Buscemi. I don't know which one. I mean, they're great actors. It's just they
could have a tooth off.
Oh,
I said it, guys. I'm sorry.
a tooth off.
Another good thing I like about that was Mel Gibson versus Gary Busey at the end. That street fight they had.
Oh, dude.
Because you do see some techniques in there, like a little jujitsu. But then it's pretty much just a street fight.
Yeah, it's
a
straight
street
up brawl.
fight. Like I said, you do see a little technique in there, but most of it is just wailing on each other.
Plus, that fight happened after Riggs got hit with the electroshock therapy from Endo, and when he snaps Endo's neck, man, that was the beginning of what I like to call Riggs's rampage, where he just starts snapping the necks of everybody.
Snapping necks, shooting people.
Oh man,
one man wrecking crew.
Yeah, that's Mel Gibson for
you. Yeah. Let's see. What else did we like about this movie?
I like with Warner Brothers, they do a lot of those Easter eggs. Granted, Warner Brothers was responsible for doing Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies and all that. And with Iron Giant, we had mentioned before.
The Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, the Bugs Bunny and the dresser. But in this one, it's kind of a nod nowadays with the Deadpool 2 trailer where you see Logan playing at the theater. At the theater outside California, when they're walking around, if you look closely at the marquee, it actually says now playing The Lost Boys.
Which, guys, spoiler alert, I think is that this year or is that the following year?
I'll have to look at my notes.
We'll have to look. The Lost Boys is definitely one of our Shocktoberfest.
We did randomly pick it, but I don't know if it's this year.
I can't remember what year. We have 4.5 years already?
Something like that.
Now, remind you too, guys, for next year, we'll take yours into account. We'll actually bump things from our list that we put on there. We just wanted to have them done, because that was a long process to do.
Yeah.
So
but it was fun.
It was fun. Oh, God,
yeah, we laughed the whole time when we started picking movies.
I'm actually pretty excited. I think the first one's going to be our best one.
Yep, but we're not going to tell you what it is. No. You have to wait until after the episodes to see what we're going to do. Oh, yeah. So be afraid. Be very afraid. But be excited at the same time.
So Lethal Weapon, I mean, there's not too many things we thought bad about this movie. Not too many.
There is one thing that still kind of gets to me.
I said,
and it's not just the first movie; it's every movie. The family keeps walking in on Danny Glover's character while he's in the bathtub. What family member wants to see another family member naked in a bathtub? Weird. That's just ridiculous.
Oh, look, we got a visitor.
Oh, we got a puppy.
We got a puppy down here with us.
Oh, look at you. Hey.
Hi, girl.
Hi.
This is my dog, Pandora. She will be in the episode now.
Yep.
All right, sit down.
All right, sit down.
All right. So anyway, guys.
I don't mind this at all. No. This is actually fun.
So anyways, yes. What family member walks into a bathroom with another family member? That's a little weird.
I don't know. And then when...
we kind of touched on, too, there's like a little theme that goes on whenever Murtaugh sees his oldest daughter.
Yeah, Rianne.
So it gets a little weird.
A lot of jazz music, and you kind of wonder, is this... Is this what they were trying to do, or were they trying to just make him an overprotective father, realizing his oldest, his baby girl's become a grown-up?
Yes.
I don't know, but all I know is it always made me weirded out, and that's all. We're going to leave it at that, so, yep.
So anyways, like I said, we're going to keep this one nice and short and sweet. We don't have too many bad things. We kind of already touched on them. There's a lot more good things we could talk about, but again, I think I'd rather have you go watch the movie and find your own good things.
Yeah. I think so, too.
So you know what? We're going to call this an episode. I'm the Big Bad Wolf Benny.
And I'm the Wild Man Wes.
And this is Pandora. And welcome.
Say hi, Pandora. Say hi, Pandora.
So anyway, guys, we're going to end this episode, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Woo. That was a good pickup game, man.
Yeah.
Get a couple more of those in before it starts getting bad out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, it's pretty much almost hockey season.
Yeah.
Probably do a hockey movie to end out season 2.
Yeah, I agree with that, man.
Good idea, huh?
Yeah, that really is a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it really is. Oh man, I think we definitely needed that.
We definitely did.
Oh my gosh, look
So-
what you did to me.
Look what you did to me.
Oh, you shit.
So anyway, big guy,
Yeah.
all this hockey talk, I think you know what movie we gotta do, right?
Yeah, I think I know what one you're talking about.
Never Again.
Never again.